Welcome to the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom podcast with Jacob Ayers, providing actionable content to help you along your journey to financial freedom through real estate investing. As the premier asset class, real estate has helped ordinary people just like you amass fortunes. The benefits of passive income from real estate investing will allow you to live a life you want. And now your host, entrepreneur, real estate investor, and apartment deal syndicator, Jacob Ayers.
Hi, and welcome to the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom podcast. Hi, I'm your host, Jacob Ayers, and you're listening to episode 207, Friday Fundamentals. Hi, and welcome back to another great episode. I'm so glad you're here. Well, I would like to give a quick shout out to BugZX44576, who left a 5-star rating and review on iTunes that says, "Absolutely enjoy Jacob's podcast. The content always offers a new perspective on investing, and I learned something I didn't know previously. Love the Friday Fundamentals as well. This podcast is a must for anyone with passion for real estate investing. Thank you for all the great information and continue to share with your listeners." Well, thank you all for the great reviews on iTunes and all those other platforms. Thank you so much for those. Well, let's jump into this week's Friday Fundamental. This week's Friday Fundamental is your sphere of influence. Jim Rohn famously said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." You are the product of your environment, what you were taught in school, what values your parents instilled in you, what economic environment you grew up in, your place of upbringing, and hundreds of other things have shaped you into the person you are today. Every event, accomplishment, failure, etc. have made you who you are, and that's what makes you unique. One of the important factors that influence you is who you surround yourself with. Their thoughts, their actions, and their mindset will rub off on you, and you'll eventually become more and more like those other people. Knowing this, you can begin to look at your own life and see these truths. I'm sure you have some qualities that closely resemble your mom, dad, brother, or sister. Maybe you become more and more like your significant other every day. Maybe that close coworker or business partner is rubbing off on you. Okay, so this may seem obvious, and you might be asking, what's my point? Well, if you want to become someone else than you currently are, or grow in a certain area, then you have to look around you and see if your current environment and sphere of influence is promoting that growth or not. If you are surrounded by people with a scarcity mindset, you might never break free and live an abundant life, for example. It's important to surround yourself with the right people, people who challenge you to grow, push you out of your comfort zone, and make you think in ways you don't usually. If you want to live a positive life, then seek out positive people. If you want to live an abundant life, then seek out people with an abundance mindset. There are some great ways you can connect with like-minded people. Here are a few ways I've found helpful. 1. Meetup groups. There are meetup groups for almost anything you can imagine. Book clubs with pogo sticks? Yep, probably so. Just look up a local meetup group in your area and meet people there. From real estate investing groups to cycling, running, and outdoor activities, you can find people who are doing what you find interesting. 2. Conferences. Conferences are a great way to meet and connect with people who share similar interests with you. Often cases, conferences have a cost, so the people there are serious about the subject. I've met many great people at real estate conferences, including many of the guests here on the podcast. And 3. Mastermind with friends. This is an especially fun one for me. I like to seek out some friends who push me and make me grow and connect with them frequently. Getting a few friends together on a video chat and talking about ideas, goals, etc., is a great way to build your own mastermind community. So here's a little exercise you can do. Simply write down the 5 people you spend the most time with or talk to. Then look at each person and see if they are a good or positive influence on you. Unfortunately, your friends or even family members might not be the best people to let in your sphere of influence. They might mean well, but might not make the best voices or influences for where you want to go. And that's perfectly okay. Think of your sphere of influence as a small group of people who are helping you grow. Not everyone can be in it. It's important to guard yourself against negativity and limiting beliefs. As harsh as it may sound, there just isn't any room in your life for those things. Surround yourself with people who push you, make you grow, and encourage you to succeed. In return, be that person for others too. Seek out positivity, growth, abundance mindsets, and challenges. You'll be surprised how your sphere of influence positively affects your life. Well, that wraps up this week's episode of Friday Fundamentals. Hey, I hope you're getting value from these shows. If you like what you heard, please go over and leave a rating and review on whichever platform you're listening on. As always, for more information, resources, and to connect with me, you can visit www.jacobayers.com. Till next week, engineer the lifestyle you want.
You've been listening to the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom podcast, providing you actionable content to build your real estate empire. Nothing on this show should be considered specific, personal, or professional advice. Please consult an appropriate tax, legal, real estate, financial, or business professional for personal advice. The opinions of guests are their own. Information is not guaranteed. All investment strategies have a potential for profit or loss. The host is operating on behalf of the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom, LLC, exclusively.